There's the posse.
Welcome to another episode of the Relic Posse. We're excited. We've got another brand new permission. We're really anxious to find out what's here. Bill, do we know anything about this permission?
No, it's one of the same farm owners that we've been on some of his fields already. We've metal detected the field down from here and found some stuff. Kind of looks like there could have been a couple old foundations on this property, and we're going to give it a shot.
Unfortunately, it's just me and Bill today. Chris learned the hard way that there's a reason why they put expiration dates on food. So while he's getting his stomach pumped, Bill and I are going to dig some relics. So saddle up. It's time to take another ride with the posse.
All right, we're in a new field. Great big field here. Mike is right over here. I'm going to have to change a filter. But I just dug my first hole, and I dug an old pistol bullet. It's pretty neat. It's from definitely period times. It nice old pistol bullet. Let me get over here and there we go. That's a little bit better. But it's pretty cool. All right, back at you. All right, we stayed at that other field probably for about an hour, and now we're back over in the field that we call the button field. We got some storms moving in. I don't know if you can see the sky or not, but it's been very hot. It's been up in the 90s, and we got a cold front coming in and some storms moving in, so we figured we'd hop over to the button field and maybe get enough to get a video out. But I just found my first flat button. Just got out of the car and walked across, and first signal. Mike is right over here. He's on a signal right now, and we'll be back at you shortly.
Well, that first field turned out to be pretty much a bust. So we're back in the button field, and I just found, not sure exactly what I just found. A round ball, feels heavy like it's lead. But it's not round on that end. You can see where it looks like it was attached. I don't know if it was a round button. Some kind of round piece of lead. If anybody knows exactly what this is, let us know in the comments below. If it wasn't for this piece here, I'd be pretty sure I had a small musket ball. All right, let's see what we find next.
It's getting dark with this storm coming in. And just dug this plug, and looks like a Tomback button, or a big Dandy button. Look at that, nice shank on the back. Got rolled over a little bit with a plow, but not bad at all. Mike's over there digging. Hopefully he's got something good. Our storms are still heading this way. Hopefully we'll get another hour or two out of this. But nice Dandy. I'll clean it up, and if there's anything good on it, I'll get back at you with it. If not, it's just a plain farm field Dandy. All right, see you soon. All right, I just got another flat button. Not too bad. Looks like it might be a, I don't know, kind of back of it looks like a Tomback, but might be just the shanks all smashed in. Won't know better until I clean it up, but might be a Tomback, just really dirty. All right, I don't know. Look at that storm. It might be heading straight north, and it might miss us, but it is could definitely hear the thunder off in the distance. So hopefully we'll get some more finds before we have to go. All right, back at you.
Well, the storm seems to be missing us. Hopefully it stays that direction. Bill has gotten a few buttons. I finally got my first little round button. Doesn't look like there's much on it. Shank's broken on the back, but still a cool little button. Wouldn't mind finding a few more of these. Love it.
All right, and as our button field still keeps producing. That's another flat button. We're still running from the storm. It looks like it's passing to the west of us. So hopefully we'll get about another hour out here before something comes through. But it I don't know if you could hear the thunder in the background. We've had some good lightning bolts off in the distance to the west. So we're keeping an eye on that. But we'll be back at you. Alright, not too far from the last flat button I dug. I just dug this button. It was coming up and I digging around in the plug and I saw that silver color and I got all excited thinking it might be a trime, but just a little button of some sort. I don't know how old it is, probably more modern button, 1900s, but pretty cool. Had me going there for a minute. Alright, on to the next.
The storm is about to hit. The winds are picking up. We've made it back to the car. But just before getting to the car, Bill found...
I don't know, some kind of little copper coin.
Is that it there?
Yep, I thought it was a button, but it's not. There's no shank on it.
No, it doesn't feel like it.
Could be just a Wheatie or a memorial or whatever, but...
It's more like nickel size than...
Maybe it's
I don't know.
half cent of some sort.
I don't see anything on it, do you?
No. Might have to clean it up better when I get home and see if there's anything on it. It looks pretty smooth. But you're right, it's definitely bigger than a penny. It's probably some kind of half cent.
So, cool last find.
Yeah. Not bad.
All right, hopefully when you get home,
We'll figure
you'll
it
get
out.
some detail to it. Very good.
Yeah. All right, we're up on the other field there for a little while. I found that one flat button up there that had the gold gilding on it. That was kind of up on the other side of these trees. I don't know if you could see it or not. Mike's right over there. And you come around the corner. This is our button field that we call it, and we call it that. We found mostly buttons over here. We have found a few whole coins, large cents, half cents. But back here again in first hole, and again, this is why we call it the button field. I just found a nice little flat cuff button. But like I said, we have found some coins and old thimbles and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll find some of that stuff and not just buttons. I know finding buttons over and over again is kind of boring, but hopefully we'll have some other neat stuff for you. See you soon. Now my second hole is just coming across the field. I just dug that cuff button over there. There's a truck right there at the road. And came up here and dug this nice signal, and look at that. Ah, large cent in the hole. It looks like a large cent. Maybe it's a button. But let's see. Oh, it's a button. Nope, it's a button. It's a big button. Well, let me clean it off, and got some nice gold gilding on the back, so hopefully the front will be nice. And we'll see what we got on the front. I'll be right back at you.
Well, it's a new day. It's still a little dark out, but it's not storming like it was. We're in a brand new area now, and Bill just dug his first hole. What do you got, Bill?
In a flat button. This one's got some, we'll clean up nice, got some gold gilding on the back.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that looks gorgeous. That is going to clean up nice. Nice and heavy, too.
Yeah.
Seems a little heavier than your typical button.
Yeah.
Some motorcycles going by.
Yeah.
Hopefully you heard that. Seems heavier than your typical button, but yeah, look at that. The gold poking through. Doesn't seem to be anything on the front, though, huh?
No. Well.
Still, it's a good sign.
Yeah.
First thing we found. Good job.
All right. Thank you.
Bill is still on the hilltop there where he found the button. Looks like he's digging something else. I've walked over this way. It's flat in this area. And a lot of iron signals here. Seems like something was there, and I just dug one honker of a nail. An old square nail, real big one. I don't know what it nailed to, but whatever it was, it must have kept it pretty secure. Love it. Can't wait to see what I find next.
All right, it's kind of cool. I just dug up this plug and found most of an old pocket knife. That's pretty neat. We found I found some parts of one before here, and Mike has found some parts of one here before, but this one's pretty much all intact. Looks like it was really old. Who knows? Could have been 1900s too, but pretty neat anyway. All right, back at you.
Well, this one had me fooled at first. I thought I had a button, maybe even a coin when it came out. But once I got it cleaned up, Remington Express 20 gauge, so it's a head stamp. Still a cool one, never seen one quite like this. I like it. Hopefully the next one will be a button, or better yet, a coin. We'll see. Back in the button field. Bill just yelled largy a couple minutes ago. I have to go check that out later, but not too deep, couple inches down. Just found my first button. Pause it for a second, see if I can clean it off, get any detail on it. 1 second. No, it seems like just a plain flat button. Might be some detail on the back. The shank's broken. Like the shape of the back, though. Have to clean it off better when I get home, but in the field, that was the best I can do. Love it anyway. Let's see what we find next.
All right, just got a signal here and found something that we normally don't find unless we're down in Civil War area or over in Rev War area. But it's a musket ball. We have found a couple of them here before. So, and we found some 1812 buttons here. I mean, this is definitely a really old musket ball. I don't know if there's any 1812 activity, or they might have passed through here or whatever. We're in the Mohawk Valley in New York State, and there has been troops through here, but pretty cool. Better than just another flat button. All right, see you soon. All right, I'm a lot closer to the road, and I just found a coin. Doesn't have a shank on it. I have no idea what it is. Hopefully it'll have something on it. I'm not seeing a whole lot right now. Whatever it is pretty smooth. But let me clean it off, and if it's anything, if I can make out anything on it to get an ID on it, I'll be right back at you and let you know. Alright, that coin, I cleaned it off. It was probably an Indian. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe even a flying eagle, I don't know. I don't think it's a flying eagle, but it could have been an Indian. But it's pretty roached up, smooth on both sides. This field so far with copper coins has been terrible. I found a half-cent here the other day, and same thing, both sides were smooth. You can't tell anything at all on them. But hopefully, if there's some of these old coppers, we'll find some old silvers. Alright, back at you.
This one was weird. I almost didn't dig it because of the sound. Well, it's sounding better out of the hole, but it was really sounded horrible in the hole. But another little button. Small one. Shank's bent over, but it seems to be there. I'll take it. Very cool. Button number 3, I believe. Bill's right over there. He says he thinks he's digging a button too. Doesn't seem to be any shank whatsoever on this. Feels smooth on both sides, but pretty sure it's a button. Feels too thin to be a coin and rang up too low. It rang up 50s low 60s on the Garrett. If it was a coin, it'd be at least in the 70s. So it's got to be a button. Just one that the shank is completely sheared off. Either way, love it. We'll see what we find next.
All right, not too far from the coin that I found. I thought it was going to be another one, but it's just a flat button. Kind of banged up, but another button. Okay, back at ya.
Button number 4. Only inches from button number 3. That's where I just dug it. That's button number 3's hole. So I barely swung my machine around. Got another signal. This one does have a shank, or at least what's left of a shank. Let me see if I can clean it up a little better, see if there's anything on it. I'm pretty sure the front there's nothing, but the back there might be. 1 second. Well, it was darker than I was expecting once I brushed it off. It does look like there's some writing on it, but I can't see. I don't know if you can see on the camera or not. Maybe on the bigger screen. Hopefully, when I get home, I'll be able to inspect it a little better, but either way, button number 4, only 3 seconds from button number 3. Bill says this signal sounds like a silver coin. Hopefully I'm not cursing him by walking over, but let's live film it. See what he does have. So what is it ringing up on, Ez?
It's ringing up as a silver dime.
A silver dime?
It's coming up at 92.93 on the dais.
92.93 on the dais, huh?
And sounds very, very nice. But
And it looks like he just dug a hole right here. What'd you find there?
nothing.
Nothing? Well, let's hope this is something.
Well, it's out, and I don't see silver, so
That's not good.
no.
It could be buried in one of the little plugs, though.
This is what it is. What is it? Oh, it's one of those things for electrical box. Those little fastener things.
Oh, well. Curse of the live dig.
So much for that nice silver dime.
Well, it's still out there somewhere. We just need to find it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. You too. All right, just got another button. It's a little convex or concave, or I don't know what it is. The rounded front buttons. There's the back of it. Just a little wee one. But Mike is right over here. He just found his, I think, 3rd or 4th button. I got, I don't know, probably about a half dozen already. But hopefully we'll get on to some other stuff. I mean, I found musket ball, pocket knife, stuff like that. Hopefully we'll get on to some, shoe buckles or knee buckles or something interesting. All right, back at you.
I am up by the road, and I just found my first coin of the day. Looks to be a shield nickel, I think. I can see the 5 there. And I can see part of the shield there. Yeah, I'm way up by the road now. Bill is back that way. This is very cool. It's funny, on the way here we were talking about bucket listers, and Bill has never dug a shield nickel, but he's dug V-nickels. I've never dug a V-nickel, but I've dug a couple shield nickels before, so this is my 3rd shield nickel. When I saw that it was a nickel, I was hoping that maybe I had my first V-nickel. Either way, I'll take another shield. I love it. Let's see if I can clean it up and get a date off of it. It's got a lot of detail. Hard to make out, though, because there's so much clouds. It's so dark here. I can clearly see the 5. I can see the stars. Just hard to read the small. And honestly, I don't remember where the date is on a shield nickel. But I don't see a date on either side. Still, I think out of the 3 shield nickels I've dug, this is the nicest I've gotten so far. Absolutely love it. Let's see what we find next. I love the fact that it's not a button, too. Well, I just found that shield nickel up by the road. And I was making my way toward the back here. I'm almost all the way to the back. And I just found a musket ball. And that's a dandy. Love the patina on it. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, there's no way to tell for sure, but not too far from where the car is, a little bit this way, I had found that War of 1812 button a couple of videos ago. So this could have been shot during the War of 1812. Either way, it's a nice old heavy musket ball. Absolutely love it. And that's 2 finds in a row in the button field that weren't buttons. I love that too. Can't wait to see what we find next.
Alright, I just found a nice old flattened musket ball. So, I don't know, either these are really old, like I said, back to War of 1812 or whatever, or somebody who's back in the day was firing a musket, shooting at deer. I guess we'll never know. Alright, back at you.
I had a break from buttons for a minute with the shield nickel and the musket ball. But now here is button number 5. And a nice thick one. Doesn't look like it has the shank. Let's see if I can clean this one up a little better and see if there's anything on it. I don't think there is, but you never know. There might be a little bit of writing on the back. It's hard to tell. It's going to take more than a field cleaning to know for sure. And the front is pretty toasted. Either way though, nice old button. The design of it easily goes back to the 1800s. Love it.
Alright, Mike said that he dug a shield nickel right down the road here, not too far. And I just dug this. It's a nickel size. It's definitely could be a shield nickel. I don't have a lot of luck digging nickels. So let me clean it off and get back to you and see what it is. If it is, that's a bucket lister for me. I've dug a V nickel before, but never a shield nickel. So let me clean it off, see what it is. I'll get right back to you. Alright, I cleaned it up and it is nowhere near being a shield nickel. It's actually a 2000 nickel. That's crazy. That just goes to show. I mean, 100 yards away, you dig a shield nickel, and next thing you know, then you're digging a newer nickel. Alright, back at you.
Button number 7, I believe it is. Just amazing how many times we've been here. We just keep getting button after button. This one looks like it was hit by the plow, bent over there. But the shank's still intact. Still a nice looking button. Absolutely love it. Keep going now. Bill is over there, said he just got a small flat button. And I just dug the biggest button I've gotten today. I know Bill just showed me one that he dug, which was a nice large coat button. This is a dandy that probably dates back to the 1700s. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me pause for a second, see if I can clean it up a little bit, see if there's anything on it. 1 second. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't seem that there's anything on it. But man, that is a gorgeous dandy. One of the nicest I've ever found. That shank there, it's perfect. Absolutely love it. It's getting late. We probably only have a few minutes left. Hopefully we'll find something else nice, but I am happy with this.
Alright, I just took a couple steps away from the nickel I found and found another little small cuff button. Pretty cool. On to the next.
Bill just called me over. He said large scent, but now he's kind of questioning what he's got. What do you have there, Bill?
flipped it out of the ground, it looked like a large cent, but on the front it says BANC on it.
Bank?
And I don't see anything else, but the back is real smooth. I mean, it's size of a large cent.
Let me see it.
Yeah,
That
definitely
absolutely feels like a coin. Huh. Yeah, BANC, bank. Anybody have a clue what this might be? Leave a comment below. That is really cool.
Well, thank you.
Be interesting to see. We'll have to look it up, and maybe we can say in the wrap-up what it is if we can find that.
Yeah.
Great job, Bill.
Thank you.
What do you think, Bill? You ready to do the wrap-up?
I'm good.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You could go first.
All right, we had a lot of fun today. We're back in the button field. We tried a couple new fields. They didn't really pan out as well, so we came back here and do that without my hand getting in the shadow. Found several buttons. That dandy in the middle. I had said when I dug it that I didn't think there was a pattern, but the more it's drying out, the more of a pattern we're seeing. There's an outer pattern, another one closer toward the inside, and there might even be some writing on the inside. Got to get that cleaned up and see what it says. In addition to all those buttons, I did find one musket ball and one I think is a buck and ball piece. I found that Remington head stamp, which I thought was cool. I usually don't keep Remington, or I usually don't keep any head stamps, but that one I like the way it looks, so I did. And that shield nickel. It's my third, but it's the first one that came out as nice as that. You can really see the 5. And on the back, you can see the shield pretty well. Absolutely love it.
All right, and I got a old pocket knife, a couple of different buttons, different size buttons, cuff buttons. This actually here is, I thought it was a largie, but when you flip it over, it's actually a Colt button. A couple of musket balls, one not fired, and this one is fired. And I got a coin. I have no idea what it is. It's smooth on the front and the back. And then before we wrapped up, I got this, and I thought it was a largie.
I still think it's like a bank token or something. That is cool.
Yeah, it came up as a largie, the same numbers on the dais, same size. It says bank on the front of it.
With a C instead of a K, right?
Yeah, with a C instead of a K. And on the back, it's smooth. You can't get anything off the back. So
yeah, I tried quickly Googling, and I put bank coin, spelling it that way, and pictures of furniture came up. So we'll have to dig a little deeper and see if we can find out what that is.
Yeah, if anybody has any ideas, please leave it in the comments.
Well, that was another fun hunt. Found a few good things. We got home, and Bill had cleaned up that coin he found. Turns out that it was a largie. Under the microscope, he could see the wreath on the back, and it had banks. We didn't see the S in the field, but it was BANCS counterstamped on the front. That was his first counterstamp coin, so he was really excited about that. And the button that I found, I got that home and I cleaned it, put a little bit of lemon juice on it, and it didn't clean out super, but it did pop a little bit. Unfortunately, there's no GW on it. It's not a George Washington, but it did have a neat pattern. I was hoping it popped a little bit more than it did, but it popped enough you can really see it. And without a doubt, I want to say this is the best dandy I've ever had. I've never had a dandy as intact as this one that's had a pattern before. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever had a dandy that's had a pattern before anyway. So I absolutely love it. So we're going to celebrate another great hunt with summer's ending. Hate the fact that summer's ending. I just love these days. It's going to be getting colder. It's going to be getting snowier at some point. But one of the nice things about summer ending is Oktoberfest. So tonight we're going to celebrate with a Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. Love that sound. That is a good beer. And that's a wrap.